What's up, Hummer fam? I got this new video for you to talk about the headliner and talk about the SunVisor. So I'm sitting in the mid renovation 2004 H2. And what I've done here is I've created a portion of the headliner. The headliner's big. It's over 9 feet long, 5 feet wide. And so this is an exact replica of this portion of the headliner. And I want to talk specifically about how the SunVisor gets mounted. When you want to take the SunVisor out, you have two options. You can rip it out from the elbow of the visor and break the retaining clips. Or if you want to bring it down properly, you have to bring down the headliner itself. But since you can't see how this works, I thought I'd make this video so you can see what's going on up there. To bring the headliner down, you have to remove all the interior. Not all the interior, but all the interior where you see that's holding up the headliner. So if I pull this out, this A-pillar cover pops right off. But this is the one I want to focus on right here. So where the SunVisor anchors. And it's probably going to be hard to see, even with my little cutaway. But up inside here, there's this little clip, little white square. It's a white rectangle in between these two arches. And if I just push on that while I'm pulling down, it's going to pop off. All right, we're in the shop. Now let's talk about how to take these clips off without breaking them. And if you do break them, the great news is I sell replacements. So we have the pivot, what I call the pivot side, and we have the anchor side. The pivot side, once you're out of the car, well, we wouldn't be out of the car. We're still attached to the headliner. Hopefully you have the headliner down at least, so that you can access this while the headliner is probably laying on your seats. This circular clip is a retaining clip that holds the trim piece to the headliner. And it's just got two little arms. And over here, we have these two arms. Now, our SunVisor is detached from the headliner. And then we can see the mechanism that the anchor side, this portion, this is exactly what we saw earlier in the video. This is right where I pressed to compress this clip and pop it out of the roof. This is relatively straightforward to take off. And this feels to me like it's a polyurethane. I'll have this piece available relatively soon. The other problem you have with this piece is if you rip this off and this is still in the roof, it's quite easy to actually press this all the way into the roof, into the frame, where it's irretrievable. And this next piece, this I call everything a retainer clip, by the way. This next retainer clip is what holds the headliner to the interior trim piece. That's the pattern. You got an interior trim piece, you got a clip that holds the interior trim piece to the headliner, and then you have an anchor for the headliner into the roof. So this was quite difficult to reverse engineer, but I do have these available as well. Those will be in the eBay store in just a couple of days. Also a polyurethane material. This is not ABS. This has got too much flex in it. Has this the clever arches so that you can insert a screwdriver to compress this clip and remove it. And now we also have the most commonly broken clip, this white cylindrical shape. So if I compress all three arms, this should come off without too much fuss. And this is one of my new clips This is a thermoplastic polyurethane. So if you see here, great flexibility, but also has very high shore strength. Shore strength is the strength at which it will compress or even soften in the heat. So this will last in the hottest of roofs, and it will last in the coldest of roofs. And the way this works, this is a duplicate of my other video if you've already seen that, is this arm, this elbow on the sun visor has this little ridge right here. Now there's a corresponding ridge, actually I could just flex this out and show you, a corresponding ridge that this clips onto. My ABS clips, they require a special tool so that these don't flex out too far and break. That is no longer a problem. You see a great flexibility there. So that presses down. And the beauty of the thermoplastic polyurethane is when we put this back on, this actually acts as a compressor for these 3 fingers, and it's not coming out. Great match to the factory settings, and these are on the eBay store today. And I'm only asking $49 for a pair. I've seen some auctions that were asking for $100 a piece. I think it's ridiculous. You know, my son and I are looking to fund the renovation. We're not looking to gouge anybody. If you got anything that you want to see torn down on your Hummer, if you got anything that you want to see how it goes back together, hit me up in the comments and let me know. Maybe we can get you a video made. Thanks.